What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you, and yep, it is another Monday night full of the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series. Tonight, live from Talladega, it's round 2 of the Shake and Bake Playoffs race number 2 here from Dega. Cannot wait to set this off. Sandy and Alpha Geo Draco, thank you very much for coming out. I'm doing pretty well. About ready to throw up some stuff up there so you guys can see exactly where these guys are. Let's go ahead and clear the boards first of all, and then we'll go ahead and pull up our tower and also pull up our track map so you can see where everybody's going to be as they get ready to get out there and get qualifying. Qualifying's not going to mean a whole lot, some people say, but man, it means a lot to these drivers as they try to get on up there and do their best. Grab that top spot and try to hold it. We know that generally doesn't work as well because the runs can literally come from anywhere. Let's check on a couple. Oh, let me adjust one thing here right quick. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and turn up these beasts. That way you hear them just as well as I do. There we go. Alright, so who do y'all have out there? Geo Draco says, let's go 64. We know who that is. That's going to be the one and only Frozen Toes herself. It doesn't look like she's actually out there on track as of yet. Actually, scratch that. There's Eliza in that Team FTR number 64 as we speak. So far, nobody has come across the start stripe just yet. She's going to be one of the first to go out, and if I'm not mistaken, she has the one and only Marty Hensley or Rock NASCAR in her ear, working her through strategy, calling her clear, doing every bit that he can to help this 64 go to victory lane. And she goes all the way down, and so far, Matt O'Brien across the board, and Eliza so far looks like P1 for Eliza Bethal, and we'll have to see if anybody can go out there and do any better. It looks like she's going to go ahead and take a second lap. So far, 9 guys, now 10, have taken time. Top Flickcroft just knocked Eliza off the pole. So far, sitting to the outside, Jordan McGraw, Kramer, O'Connor, Newman, O'Brien, Falliker, and DeWalt now the top 10 as Giles now gets bumped out. So let's see if Eliza's got anything on her second lap. Can she reclaim the top spot, or is it going to be at least a P2 for her? Let's see right here. Across the line, it looks like she's going to stay right where she was. P number 2, no better, no worse. So let's catch up with some other drivers on theirs. How about the one and only John Honeycutt here in his number 50? If I'm not mistaken, he's rocking the Securities car. Let's go through and double check. Yeah, it's going to be the High-Tech Securities Team FTR number 50. So far, Honeycutt slotted in to P16, about 6/10 off. He's going to come across the start stripe. Let's see if he can make any better time. Honeycutt's going to go up rather to P number 10. All right, how about Tom Harmon in his number 68 Camaro, this Avril Lavigne machine that he has rocked all season long. Zone, I'm doing pretty good, man. Hope you are. Thanks for coming out. Kind of joining in there on YouTube while Geo Graco and Sandy out there on Twitch right now. So whether you're joined on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or the Sim Racing channel through Roku TV, welcome aboard. Looks like the 68 is done. Let's check in with PJ O'Leary. I think I just clicked on him, right? Actually, no, let's go a little bit further back. How about the number 91, the Swag.biz Ford Mustang GT, one of the co-sponsors here in the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series on Monday nights, and a sponsor of the one and only Tyler Dohar, right along with Filter Time. Big old Swag.biz on the side. And guys and gals, if you go over to Swag.biz, their logo is literally custom friggin' anything. How cool is that? But it looks like qualifying is now in the book, so they're going to have about a 3-minute warm-up. So let's see if we can't show you how these guys and gals did during their practice and who was fastest, who was where as that rolled on. Let's see if we can't show you right now. Let's go ahead and clear the boards. So here was your practice. Brendan Book in that number 42. He was fastest with Micah Allard just a mere 2 thousandths behind him. Jimmy Cocker, Hunter Johnson, and Nate Mon in that double deuce rounded out your top 5. Let's kind of go through those results and show you where everybody was. That the cars out on track right now. That is just a 3-minute warm-up. They'll all be coming to pit road when it's all said and done to go ahead and grid up. But let's go ahead and go through the rest of this order. We should have about 35 or 36 cars out here. Some people qualified, some not. Some decided they were just going to go ahead and stay in the back. Let me ask you out there in chat, if you were running Dega tonight, being round 2, race 2 of the Shake and Bake playoffs, what would your strategy be? Are you going to lay in the back until it's time to go, or are you going to try to be one of those front runners, grab the lead, and let hell break loose behind you? Well, it'd be interesting to see how that splits. But there's from 11th through 28th, and then up to 37th. Here is the rest of your field. You can see there on the bottom, I talked to Byron Jones in 37th place, rocking that number 3 Patriot Esports machine. He said, Pete, I'm not going to qualify. I'm just going to run in the back and let everybody else do their thing. I don't want any part of any of the issues. These guys have, I believe, 4 sets of tires and 1 fast repair available for this evening. So we'll see who decides to use it and who doesn't. But that's how they all lined up. I'll go back up one more time just to kind of go through this again, kind of through the order backwards, if you will. And then all the way up to P number 1. Again, Brendan Book. Brendan Book a little bit further back in the points after missing Watkins Glen last week. He's actually below the cut line. Very, very unfortunate for him. They'll definitely have to do something to correct all that. And a win tonight or a top spot would be just what the doctor ordered. All right, let's go ahead and clear that out also. And let's show you some times here during this practice or this warm up. Let's go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon again. There you go. So far, Ryan McCollum, Bridgman with Holtzer, Hamilton, and Falliker. So that's going to be your top 5. Sanford, Bethal, Osborne, Cocker, and O'Connor, Duncan O'Connor, to round out your top 10. Zone says, I personally would play it safe early and try to stay out of trouble, seeing as this is Talladega. And then at maybe 30 laps to go, I'm going to go aggressive and try to move up some space, move up some places, and maybe grab the win. There you go. All right, let's get on up to our top people again and get ready for these guys to go ahead and grid. Speaking of grid, let's go ahead and pull it up for you right now. All right, so Tyler Doar with the pole. Tom Flitcroft, old Tom Flitty 2 is outside. Eliza Bethel right now in P number 3 with Jordan McGraw. P4 in that Sega machine. P5 is going to be James Holtzer in that EMGG glitch machine. Mike DeWalt for P6 to round out row 3. Brendan Book P7 with Caleb Pertko for row number 4. Row 5 is going to be Tom Torrey and Sean Blanchard. Row 6 going to be Cody Giles right along with John Osborne behind these guys. It looks like it's going to be Matt O'Brien with Tom Harmon for row 7. Row 8 is going to be Hunter Johnson and Charles Kramer in that 82 Krenzer Marine machine. John Honeycutt rocking that securities car one more time in that number 50. Brody Falliker, P number 18 for row 9. Row 10 is going to be Jacob Palmer with Ryan Crooks, Matt Burgess, and PJ O'Leary. And then behind these guys, we got Duncan O'Connor and Nathan Mon for row number 12. Rob Newman and Ryan McCall with Jimmy Cocker and Micah Allard in that number 61. Has been showing a lot of promise in the last several races. See what he's capable of tonight. Jose Ruiz, the man that can forever keep that car clean, and Francis Hamilton for row number 15. Byron Jones back there in that number 3 with Brian Pizzicemi in his 28. Then we got Philip Bridgman and Jacob Palmer for row 17. Row 18 is going to be Chuck Cody and Mr. Sanford for row 18. And the last but not least, tail end Charlie, it's going to be Dylan Robb in that number 16. All right, so that is all the way through the field. That's your full qualifying order. Let's get back up with the one and only Tyler Dohar as quickly as we possibly can, and get ready to rock this forward. All right, chat, who do y'all got tonight? Who is it going to be? Is it going to be a Dohar? Is it going to be Eliza? Is it going to be Flitcroft? Is it going to be Holtzer or a Book, the man that needs the most amount of points? Is it going to be Cody Giles or Sean Blanchard in that swag.biz machine? Is it going to be Tom Harmon? Is it going to bring Avril Lavigne to victory lane? Charles Kramer, John Honeycutt, he'll be completely secure in victory lane. Jacob Palmer or maybe a Ryan Crook starting back there in P20. So many great drivers all the way through this field. Who is it gonna be? All right, so pace car now off on pit road. We should see these guys coming through the center of the tri-oval in just a moment. You see Barney up there in the flag stands, already got the green flag in hand. We're going to go green momentarily. When we do out there in chat, go ahead and set it off. Turn that sound bar up. Let it rip. Green flag's out. Let's go racing. Coming across the lead, lap number 1 is going to be Tyler Dohar, but he was not without challenge up on the high side. Great job by the 77 of Tyler Dohar to keep it pinned down on that yellow line, or on the butter, as we used to say. Full field, very, very stacked. You can start to see a lot of separation in the field. Some people doing exactly as they planned to go ahead and drop back. We got a new challenge for the lead. Looks like it's going to be Jordan McGraw in that number 34 Sega machine, with Mike DeWalt right now sitting P number 2. Again, though, here comes the 8 of Tom Flitcroft. Tom Flitty back now. Third on the bottom side is going to be Tyler Dohar. You see the 51 of Caleb Pertko. We have gained and lost so many positions so far. It would take me a good 2 or 3 laps to go through everybody that's lost and gained. But one hard charger so far is going to be Duncan O'Connor right now, sitting back here. He's so far the biggest mover, up 9, now 10 spots on the evening so far. Nobody else has gained or lost more, but Tom Flitcroft now going to go ahead and go on up, take that lead. Big old push from the 51 of Pertko, and that is going to be a line to have all night long. All kinds of momentum up there can be used in order to keep the lead, but it's all about that push as well, maintaining the line. Looks like the 51, he's going to go ahead and take a power move to the bottom side. He was able to go ahead and lead that lap, take a point away from anybody else. Will that be enough, though? 34 now in his back pocket. 54 of DeWalt 77 of Dohar. Swag.biz machine of Sean Blanchard up top, now shoving that 8 around. There you see also the 81 of John Osborne and more. Man, what a scramble. Very, very clear, distinct packs between everybody that's out here right now. I mean, there's definitely a high line, but the low line right now absolutely prevailing. That 51 took the lead. 34 McGraw just joined right in back pocket, as it looks like McGraw's might gonna go ahead and try something up on the high side. And just as he did that, DeWalt went with him. Dohar went with him. The 8 of Tom. Whoa, Tom almost collecting a few people there. It's kind of strange. He switched his number from the 12 over to the 8. Now he's rocking that Earnhardt Sr. Wheaties machine. And, man, some serious moves throughout the entire field. Jordan McGraw is going to go ahead and lead that lap. Tyler Dohar started on pole right now, just one spot back. He's fallen back a few spots on the bottom. Just seems like he's got a pretty fast elite performance filter time. Number 77 Camaro, no doubt whatsoever. He'll be up there to contend when it's all said and done, as long as he can keep that car clean and breathing happy the entire 76 laps that we're fixing to run here from Talladega. Hello and welcome aboard, everybody that just joined. I am Pete Ruzick, best known as Repeat 1975 from back in the console days. And whether you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or the Sim Racing channel, thank you very much for the subscription. And welcome aboard to unlimited, unfettered, commercial-free access on Roku. Man, it's been a lot of fun so far. It's been a great couple months since the channel's been alive. And thank you very, very much for your patronage. Oh, 34, McGraw slid up a little bit. Now he finds himself in that middle sucker hole. 8 leading the high side, 77 of Dohar leading the middle. And look at that 69 of Holtzer. He said, you know what? I've had enough of running in the back as well. He's going to go ahead and pick up that 34. And it looks like the 31 for Mr. Cocker. He's going to go ahead and join that middle line as well. So we're about to see a lot of speed in the middle. In fact, that top line, they knew it was coming, or so it seems. They dropped down one to pick up that middle line. Now back up again, but don't sleep on that 69 or the 25 of Ryan Crooks. Both a couple of very, very strong EMGG teammates out there in that black with magenta and white all over the hood. Definitely love the schemes. Great org that they've got going on over there at EMGG. And they've picked themselves a couple of very, very strong drivers as well. Zone says these drivers are determined to get the win, especially in all caps, the ones who need a lot of points to advance. It's a thrilling battle, nobody giving an inch. Look at this! Absolutely. So you see that double deuce of Nate Mon a little bit further back. Let's actually go on back there, jump in with him right quick, and take a look at the line that he's leading around. You see the 23 rather, of Jose Ruiz with Francis Hamilton, Andrew Sanford, Hunter Johnson, Chuck Cody, Brian Pizzakemi, Dylan Robb, and Jacob Locklear. Looks like Jacob Locklear unfortunately missed the start, so we've got 36 cars out there on track, not 37. But either way, one hell of a strong field. I mentioned earlier that Byron Jones told me that he was just going to ride for a while. Well, here he is in this number 3, kind of tail end Charlie on the big pack. Definitely has the draft, though. And as he was right there in the middle, he's kind of brought up a couple more right behind him. I just mentioned him a moment ago, the 25 of Ryan Crooks. And let's see if we can't get a great shot of his EMGG glitch machine right now. There it is. As you can see across the playoff banner on the over the windshield, he is one of the 12 trying to chase down a title. The other is just a little bit further up, talking about James Holtzer. I'm going to try to pick up on him right now. There he is in that 69 EMGG glitch machine as well. So a little bit of space between them. Right now, Holtzer sitting P15, and the 25 was back in 24th. So that's how that team currently sits. Now those guys are a little bit further back. They are unless they get a caution, they may actually be too far back because they've now completely lost the draft. There's no if or but about that. They have lost the draft of the main pack. Not even the guy that's tail end Charlie on the bottom line, back behind Crooks and them. They are just way too far back. So far, lap number 12 out of 76, all commercial free here with the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series. One truck just got forced down to the apron, able to come on back up, though, without an issue. Now you see Holtzer up there behind that 9, trying to shove him for all it's worth. A lot of highlight momentum will come into play. Now pulling to the outside of the 42 of Brendan Book, really pushing it up there. And it looks like the 61 of Micah Allard's going to go ahead and join that party. See what they can do now. 3 cars deep. Now, the way that it works with these next-gen cars, you can have 2 cars, and the second car will never be able to touch the back bumper of the car that's leading him. However, as soon as you get that third car, such as the 61 of Allard, right up your tailpipe, you can now all of a sudden be able to make contact with that car in front of you and really push for all that it's worth. Let's actually jump on board with James Holtzer and see exactly what he's going on. How about let's actually jump on board from the driver's perspective. Let's go. Sorry about that. I forgot. Holtzer just kind of blinking just a little bit. Here's from the 50 of Honeycutt. But how about the car that Holtzer was pushing? How about the 9 of Cody Giles sitting in P number 11, right where he started? Nice little shot from the helmet cam. Definitely see a lot of cars on the inside passing. So now it looks like Charles Kramer's down on the bottom side. Let's widen this out just a bit and see exactly what we're dealing with here. So now the 9 is up high all by himself. Holtzer, I'm guessing, felt like he wasn't making enough headway and wanted to jump in. So far, Holtzer's down 8 spots from where he qualified, sitting in P13. Up top, though, looks like Tyler Dohar has been able to reclaim the spot that he started from. Caleb Pertko in that 51 that's shown that he can go ahead and lead. And how about Eliza Bethal in that Team FTR number 64, right now sitting P3 with Tom Torrey right behind her. A little bit of a gap between 3rd and 4th, and then again from 4th back to 5th, where we find Sean Blanchard in that number 91 Swag.biz Ford Mustang GT. Definitely no F-150s out here, right? Looking back at this long train coming right up behind Tyler Dohar in this number 77 Elite Performance machine. Looking pretty good. Kind of liking the paint that he's got surrounding himself. Look at this up on the high side. Holtzer wasn't able to push that 9, but no doubt Holtzer can be pushed. Let's go to the lead, 69, with Micah Allard right up his trumpet, the 50 of John Honeycutt, the 8 of Tom Flitcroft, and the 34, as it looks like the top 2 now cleared. New leader, 69 of Holtzer. Working lap 17 right now, all caution free, and it looks like just as Holtzer went on up and took the lead, Dohar said, "Oh yeah, watch this, sunshine." Went on up, took that middle lane and all kinds of momentum, able to regain it. But now here comes the 8 of Tom Flitcroft with the 50 of John Honeycutt up on the high side. Looks like Dave now also got the 34 of Jordan McGraw and the 31 of Jimmy Cocker on his backside. There's the 91 as well. Dohar's going to go ahead and lead that one. No give, no take. It is all side by side, doing what they can with the draft and with the run. Absolutely, Zone. What a run to the outside. Zone says Perchko just sniffing that bumper, just waiting for that perfect moment to pounce on Dohar. We'll have to see. Talking about that 51. He made a big old power move earlier to the inside, was able to go ahead and lead a lap. And just as I say that, Tom Flitcroft in this Wheaties machine, he's going to go on up, get in front of Dohar, drop in when it was clean. Another run on the high side, but doesn't look like the 50 is going to be able to get there in time. 8 went up to block the 77. No keeping that machine down. Back down in front. Dohar's going to lead that one as well. And here comes the 51 on the bottom side. Does he have the outside clear? So far, nope. 77 still had the line and was able to drop in. No issues. I would imagine these guys are going to start having to come down pit road pretty soon. So we'll have to see how that all works out for them as we ride up along the chopper. Well, Holtzer was able to officially go ahead and lead that lap. So good job by the 69. Still has Micah Allard right up his backside going into and coming off of turns 1 and 2. Hard battle on the bottom side. 51-77 top sides Micah Allard and the 69 of Holtzer. Behind Holtzer you got Caleb Pertko and company. Oh, big moves again as Holtzer goes ahead and drops down to that bottom side. I think that might have caught a few people off guard. We're going to have a caution. It's the big one on lap 20. Caution number 1 on lap 20 as they come across the line. Where the pace car will go ahead and pick them up, come out on lap 22. It'd probably be lap 23 before they go back loud on the pedal. Let's see if we can find out exactly what happened there. Yeah, we saw it somewhat live, and I think it was mostly because somebody got shoved down to the bottom, and when they came back up, there was just little or no room and wasn't quite able to catch it all. Let's go back with maybe Jordan McGraw, find out what happened. That's going to be a little early. All right, let's go ahead and back it up. All right, we saw Jimmy Cocker, so let's go ahead and stop it right there and pick up with Jimmy Cocker right now. And we'll ride along board with this Virginia Tech number 31. Let's go ahead and switch up the camera, maybe follow in some chase mode, and let's go ahead and kick it off. So you see Tyler Dohart go low. No room for Cocker. 34 down on the bottom. Mike Allard comes up and clips the left rear. I think there might have been a little bit of net code there, but no room for that 31 to squeeze his way through, and that was the big one on lap 20. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so this, I mean, you might as well just say this is a regular green flag pit stop, because you can imagine everybody will be down pit road. Tyler Dohar, he's just now pulling into his stop, and everybody should be grabbing at least right side tires, I would imagine, as it looks like Rob Newman, 34, the 50, the 69. There you see the 77 take. He's going to go ahead and take 4 tires, the 8, the 67, and the 25. All going to beat the pole sitter of the 77 of Dohar off pit road. He's going to have the 54 of DeWalt right behind him. So Rob Newman up here, I'm going to take a look and see his pit time. No, he actually stayed out. So something tells me he's going to have to come on down pit road, like maybe he missed his pit stall. So in that case, the actual leader would be Jordan McGraw, depending on what Rob Newman has to do. If he's got some if he's got some fuel left in the tank and feels his tires are good enough to go on, he should be all right. But we'll have to see how that cookie crumbles. By the way, guys and gals out there everywhere, whether it's on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or the Sim Racing channel, I got some pretty decent storms rolling through right now. So if I lose internet, I certainly apologize. Hopefully not. Let's knock on some wood. That does not happen. But in the event it does, I'll try to come back up and bring you the rest of the broadcast as soon as possible. But just in case it drops, just know I will try to get it back up and running again as soon as I humanly can, providing the internet that it's only just a surge. If it's anything more than that, and actually power and everything goes out, well, then that'll be it. That'll be the race. So just as we saw Rob Newman going to go ahead and bring it on down pit road. That's going to lead to the 34 of Jordan McGraw to go ahead and lead the pack around. 50 of John Honeycutt, Caleb Burtko, Eliza Bethal, and Tom Flickcroft to round out your top 5. Lights atop the pace car are out. Let's go ahead and switch a couple things up. Let's go ahead and bring up your ticker rather than the scoring pylon for a few laps, at least while we go green. And as always, I will leave it to the sim for the sights and sounds of Talladega as we go back green flag racing here in just a moment. So I gotta ask now, with what y'all have seen so far, no real clear leader. 77's led, 69's led, 51's led, the 8 is led, I think the 42 led. Who do y'all have out there in chat? Who do y'all have as your winner tonight? Yeah, I would imagine the same zone. Jimmy Cocker normally doesn't make those kinds of moves. Not quite sure if he didn't want to check up and in the event there'd be some kind of an accordion move right behind him, or what the issue was. But yeah, I'm sure he feels pretty bad about that right now. About to see the pace car go ahead and pull off. Mao out there in chat with the big old EMGG hype emojis. Mao, I'm guessing you're out there with Maze, and welcome aboard, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always. Pace car's off. Getting ready to set this off one more time. Let's see if we can go ahead and pick up There they go past the past pit road. Coming to the attention of Barney, got the green flag well in hand. Hope y'all are ready.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's out. Let's go. The 8 came on down across the nose of the 50 of Honeycutt, sliding through the infield. Can he keep it off the wall? Great job. Well, man, great hands by the 8. Looks like we're going to go ahead and stay green. 8's going to go ahead and grab a gear, get out there, but he has no dance partner now. And we'll actually go ahead and take a look at the front end of John Honeycutt's car to see if he's got any damage from that. As it looks like the 64 of Eliza Bethal, she's gone up to take the lead. Y'all know Eliza Bethal is the one and only Frozen Toes 24 on the Xbox side. Whether you know it from F1 or just hosting the Super Speedway Sundays, the F1 races that she calls on Wednesdays, or the Indy Series that we call together over on Traction GG, whatever it is, you know she's one hell of a driver. She's got Rock NASCAR and Marty Hensley in her ear, guiding her all along the way. You know the 50 of John Honeycutt, he's not going to get too close to that back bumper and possibly cause an issue. It looks like we got another one just behind him. And let's see if the caution comes out for this one. That all appear to have happened on the apron. So far, it looks like we're staying green. I'm going to guess the cars that were part of that might have, for the most part, been able to go ahead and get back, get going. Let's actually check in with Tom Flitcroft. He might actually have some help coming his way, since all those guys are going to be quite a bit slower. Tom Flitcroft in this Wheaties machine. Let's see what he's looking at from the cockpit. Looks like a couple cars going to go on down pit road. There is one fast repair for these guys tonight. Doesn't look like he's got any immediate help though, so the H just got to go about his business. Go about his business and hope for a caution. All right, so let's work back up one more time as we try to catch back up with Eliza Bethal, the 50 of Honeycutt, and others. Woo! Look at that EMGG parade on the outside. Let's go ahead and jump in with that. Huge momentum up on that outside. Just saw them flash by the 64 and the 50 of Honeycutt. Nose to tail, EMGG up to the front. All kinds of speed. I believe a big old shove from the 91 of Sean Blanchard. And after that, they have just moved on down to the bottom side. Teammates working together. Boy, it looked like they went by with 20 plus more horsepower. Eliza Bethal falls from first back to P number 3. The 50 of Honeycutt from P2 back to P4. A little bit of a battle now between Tyler Doar and Sean Blanchard. They're side by side. Looks like that bottom line starting to prevail just a little bit. 51 of DeWalt rather, now side by side with that 91. There's the 51 and the 28 of Brian Pizzicami a little bit further back. Then you see the 32 or 23 rather. Keep seeing that number backwards for some reason for Jose Ruiz. But how about this? Looks like the 50 and 64, they're going to try their luck on the high side. 91 says, I want this lead. I need to get on up there. I need some points. No banner across his window. There's not one there for the 50 or the 64. There's not one there for the 9. There is one there for the 77 and a few others. But they did not want to stay. They did not want to just ride behind, and I cannot blame them. But put that 64 of Eliza right now back up to P number 1. I don't think she's going to drop down in front of Ryan Crooks or Holtzer. She's got some teammates in Honeycutt and Jordan McGraw right up her tailpipe, and little squirrely there for just a moment. But Cody Giles sitting there with the 51 and now the 91 a little bit further back as he got shoved up to the high side. Boy, out there in EMGG land, I hope you clipped that train that went along the outside of the 50 and the 64, because yeah, they kind of passed them like they were standing still. So you got this pack here going back to the 51, I believe, of Caleb Pertko. No, maybe even a couple more back. It looks like it's going to be the 22 of Nate Mon, and then PJ O'Leary. PJ O'Leary in this number 24. He's leading this second pack. Second pack quite a ways back. There you see the 30 of Ryan McCall, Brody Falliker, John Osborne, Charles Kramer, Rob Newman, Matt O'Brien, a little bit further back for that number 20 than we would normally see, our regular season champion. Also back there is going to be the 31 of Jimmy Cocker, Rob Newman, Jose Ruiz, and a whole host of other cars that are going to really need to pick up and try to get back up where they were if they've got any hope of trying to do something without the help of a yellow. But what they're doing right now is really the best that they could possibly do. Stay nose to tail and just push for all it's worth when they can. In my opinion, there's just too much space between Ryan McCall and the 24. Right now, they should be all over each other. I'll actually go ahead and jump on board to the hood or the nose camera. I mean, on a straightaway, that you should not be able to read the Camaro. I mean, he should be like this all the way down, but he's not. He's just going on up, giving him a bump, and then falling off. You're not going to get any real speed. You should really keep it as close as you can. Fall off when you gotta, allow the car to breathe a little bit if your temps get a little high, and then get right back on it one more time. But in my opinion, these guys are just a little too separate to carry any real speed. But let's go ahead and jump back up front. Looks like John Honeycutt, he's been able to go on up and take the lead as he drops right in front of the 9 of Cody Giles. And now the 34 of Jordan McGraw, he's going to go ahead and take his turn, bringing this Sega machine around. All right, let's go ahead and switch this up again, show you where everybody is with the use of the scoring pylon. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's also see what kind of weather these guys are racing in. See what the track temp is, see what the air temp is, see what the wind is, and all that. Right now it looks like it's a 92-degree track temp with an 80-degree air temp, about 7-mile-per-hour wind, so not too bad pretty good racing conditions. Jordan McGraw now trying to block 2 different lines, got the 9 behind him, but up high you got Caleb Pertko and others trying to do what they can. There is the 51 right behind the 50, and it's going to be the 77 of Tyler Dohar with the 69 of James Holtzer. 25 is going to pull on up right behind his teammate, and if these two can team up again, who knows what could happen. 77 of Dohar is going to duck on down with the 69 of Holtzer, and they had some huge momentum. 51's going to drop on down, leaving the 50 all by his lonesome. That was a power slide by the 51 to pick up that 77 and have no issues. 77's going to go ahead and drop right up in front of the 50. Here comes Holtzer. Did he have enough clean room? Oh, that had to absolutely be close. Back in front of that 51 Harley Davidson machine one more time. Man, oh man. Let's actually jump on board with the nose cone, nose cone, like we're back in Indy racing. Jump on board with the nose of that 50 for John Honeycutt, and go back and look at that pass. That had to be huge. Go ahead and rewind that. And go ahead and play it. So you see the 77 of Dohar. He's going to go ahead and pop up. I thought by now that hole would have absolutely closed. Here comes the 69. Whoa, yeah, you hear the 50 go ahead and burp the throttle. But that's a big move from the 69, but able to push the 77 back to the lead. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. But yeah, that was a big old what could have been moment right there. Cobra Jet Torino, thank you very much for the follow, right along with Chase McGuire and Yopa J. Thank you all very much for the follow. And again, welcome aboard. All right, let's go ahead and clear the weather. Y'all should have had a pretty good glimpse of that. And man, what a job these guys are doing out here. Right now, working lap 39, so well past the halfway mark. 50 not quite sure if he wants to stay up high or dip down low. Looks like for now he's going to stay high. He's got James Holtzer in that 69 Camaro right behind him. Then the 54 of DeWalt. Talking about Mike DeWalt there. That's actually going to be the 25 of Ryan rather than Holtzer. Holtzer's down low behind the 77. So man, all these guys getting in there and getting down, getting dirty, getting racy. Love these super speedway races. So there's the main pack, there's the second pack, just now coming off the turn as these guys are halfway down the backstretch. 25 is going to dip down right in front of the 77 of Dohar. 50 is going to lose just a little bit of help. 54 is going to go ahead and pick him up right along with the 91 of Sean Blanchard in that swag machine. There's the 8, now down one lap, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Tom Flickroff sitting back there in P30, I believe. Micah Allard also a lap down, as well as a few more from those that took that spin down on the apron and where the caution did not fly. So these what, 5-6 rows all side by side. Every now and then one's got to do something. It looks like Holtzer may not have liked what he was seeing right there and went ahead and dropped back. I don't believe he was issued any kind of an EOL due to blinking. I didn't see him blinking too much. But then again, I am not one of the admins or one of the racing admins that are able to see what's going on with that Camaro. But right now, Ryan Crooks in his number 25, he's going to go on up. Looks like he's going to go ahead and lead a lap, gain a point. 50 of Honeycutt to the outside, 54 of DeWalt, and Caleb Pertko in that number 51. If you're watching right now and it's all commercial free, you're either doing this in one of two ways. Either you have subscribed here on Twitch or on the Sim Racing channel through Roku TV, or you were recently gifted a subscription to the channel by the one and only EMGG Zim out there. Dropped 10 subscriptions during last week's race. Definitely appreciate it, and I hope you've sent those big old thank you notes in the chats or to him personally, either on Twitter or somewhere else. $50 of Honeycutt, absolutely clear. The 25, he's going to be able to come on down. Now the 25, he's got a little bit of a gap back to the 77 of Dohar. No big issue right there. 54 with a whole lot of steam up the outside. Looks like the 50 is going to have a good chance of getting passed on the high side by him and the 91. And the 8, he wants to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. If he can get on up there, take the lead, and hold off all lines, he can grab his lap back the old-fashioned way. And if a caution should come out, he can go right back to the tail end of the field without having to take the wave around. So we'll have to see how that all works. As now you see Mike DeWalt go ahead and drop in and then try to come on back up to block the 50. 50 with a little bit of an evasive maneuver. And now the 25 moves on up behind Honeycutt to give him just a little bit of a shove. A lot of crowding there in the middle between the 91 and 77. The 8. 8's now side by side with that bottom side. Man, all kinds of goings on here. Love the view of the 33-degree banking here from Dega. It's just absolutely amazing as you see the 25 going back along the high side again. Now the 50 of Honeycutt kind of stuck in the sucker hole. Nobody to pull to his back bumper. 25 to 61 of Micah Allard, though. He's going to go ahead and try to throw that in. He's also one lap down. Right along with the 8. So what you're seeing right now is a battle to be the lucky dog. You see the 61 on the bottom side leading that line. The 8 of Tom Flickcroft up on the high side pushing the 25 of Ryan. And there's the 77 of Dohar, 9 of Giles. Whew, all kinds of racing for different positions. I mean, Ryan Crooks, he's got the overall lead. The 8, he just wants to get his lap back. So if he's able to get on by the 25, that's what he's got to do. But right now, he is in that lucky dog position. Seeing a little bit more of some high side riding. Let's back this up a little bit. And just as I say that, of course, they go ahead and all drop to the bottom. But the 8 and 25, they stayed up high. Looks like the 77 Dohar, 9 of Giles, 50 of Honeycutt. 61's going to go ahead and move back. Oh, that was a huge slice by that 61 to come on back down. Big, big power move by Micah Allard to get back to that bottom and stay ahead of the 54. that could have ended terribly for that car and a few others, depending if they were to wash back up on track. This 54 is absolutely restless. He wants to get up there. He's taking every possible run that he's got and trying to make it work to get back to the lead. That DeWalt machine is fully charged and ready to go back to the front. All right, so we see everything that's going on up front. Let's drop back just a little bit, see if we can pick up the next in line. Looks like PJ O'Leary in that number 24, kind of leading this field around. And it looks like that they've picked up a few more cars and been able to make up just a little bit of time. Right now, they are a good, let's see, good 4+ seconds back. So they've definitely got to make up some time. Let's see if they can do it. I mean, everybody right there is in one big line, not side by side whatsoever, doing everything that they can to try to make up as much time as they can. Elizabeth All a little bit further back here, also right in front of the double deuce sun drop machine for Nate Mon. So Eliza, after leading a couple laps, falling back just a little bit. I don't think she's come down pit road. No, it shows the last time she was down pit road was on lap 21, so still a ways to go. We're just about to turn working lap number 50, yeah, 50 the next time they come on by the start stripe. That's what we'll see out of 76, so 26 more laps remaining here from Talladega in the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series. Round of 12, race number 2 here from Dega, and I believe next week they go racing at Kansas. So they're going to trade in the high line of Talladega for the high line of Kansas. I'll go on over and double check that right now. Let's see. Yep, this round was Watkins Glen, Talladega, and then Kansas. So yeah, next week's race is going to be a barn burner as well. Cannot wait to see what that race has in store and how that cut line looks just before we go green flag racing. Long conga line on the bottom side. Just a couple of cars up on the high. Don't know how much longer it's going to be before they decide to come on down. I'm going to guess Holtzer's got a whole lot of faith in that Wheaties number 8, hoping that Tom ate his Wheaties before the race this morning and is ready to go, because he's trying to push him, trying to get him back up there, trying to keep him in front of the car that's just one spot up on that bottom side. Talking about the 61 of Micah Allard. So yeah, we'll have to see how that works. If the caution should happen to fly, that's the only thing that they're hoping for, while everybody else is hoping for a round of green flag pit stops. And as always, anytime we're talking about green flag pit stops at Dega, we're talking about separating this field even more than it is. People finding brand new pairs of drivers to work with, seeing who's where, who's got fast cars, who doesn't have any real damage, as they try to work their way back up to P number 1, whether it's in a big pack or sometimes solo, depending on what happens with fuel mileage. I've actually seen a person run out of fuel as we're starting to see some come off of the track to go down pit road right now. Whole pack talking about Tim Torrey, Caleb Pertko. Looks like Hunter Johnson, Sean Blanchard, Mike DeWalt, Brian Pizzicami, and others as a few more come screaming on by. So let's see if Tyler Dohar and everybody else decide to come in this time, or what happens with these guys. "24 laps remaining here in the Season 1 round of 12 from Dega. Points very, very tight. In fact, you know what? Let me actually take a quick gander. I can go ahead and see what the points are like for you. Looks like James Holtzer, 25 points, sitting in P number 1. Tom Harmon, just 2 points back in P number 2 with 23. Ryan Crooks, P3, 17 points. Matt O'Brien sitting 4th with 16. Hunter Johnson with 14. Jimmy Cocker with 11. Brian Pizzicami with 7. Nate Mon right now with 5 points. Tyler Dohar, Tom Flitcroft, Jose Ruiz, and Brendan Book right now are those below the cutoff line. But again, we got a lot of racing yet to go when we get to Kansas Motor Speedway next week. All right, so here we go. Here comes Dohar. Here comes the 9 of Guile, 61 of Valor, 8 of Flitcroft, Honeycutt. There, oh, looks like Ryan Crooks might have had, no, it's going to be the 69 of Holtzer that completely missed pit road. And let's see if we can find him. It looks like he is back out on track. Very unfortunate for him, but yeah, he's going to go ahead and take the lead, and he's going to have to come on down this time by. But once you lose the draft, the points just fall away right with it. So once he comes down pit road and he doesn't have anybody to work with immediately, which I'm not saying will definitely be the case, but more than likely he's going to lose everything as he comes up on the 68 of Tom Harmon. He's going to have to come on down this time and make it a very, very fast stop. If I'm him, and if he was planning on right side or left side tires, whatever, I would abandon all that and take just fuel, as it looks like Tom Harmon's going to come on in with him, so he will have a dance partner to come on out, as long as they both do the same thing. If they only take fuel, they'll be good. However, if the 69 takes right sides and fuel, and the 68 takes 4 tires and fuel, it's going to completely offset them. We'll have to see where Holtzer comes out, though, as the rest of the field is going to come screaming on by. 68, you can see he just took fuel. He just drove right on by. It looks like the 69, he's going to go ahead and take full of fuel, left side tires only, and work his way out. So, point leader right now running into some serious issues so far, as it looks like he is going to fall back to at least P18, as long as nobody else comes flying on by before he gets back to the start stripe. But at the same time, he needs to try to find somebody. He needs somebody else to work with as he comes to that blend line. Great move by him to move on up, let those guys fly on by, and try to catch the draft as quickly as possible. That way he doesn't lose any more time. Holtzer's blinking just a little bit, and that's going to throw off my camera. Unfortunate, but let's see if we can catch back up here right quick. All right, so back at the front, it looks like it's going to be Cody Giles in this number 9, the 25 of Ryan Crooks, Caleb Pertko, P3, Hunter Johnson, P4, and Brian Pizzicami, P number 5. Honeycutt, Dohar, McGraw, O'Brien, and Byron Jones now sitting in P number 10, up 21 spots. Brian Pizzicami back here in his 28. He's up 27 spots. Everybody else, anybody else, I mean, there's a couple honorable mentions. Ryan Crooks up 18. Looks like Jose Ruiz up 18. And now Philip Bridgman, as he just got past Tom Torrey, he's also up 21 spots. So A lot of moving and shaking going on during this round of green flag pit stops. 19 laps left here at Talladega. Boy, it's going to be interesting to see how much time some of these guys are going to be able to gain before it's all said and done. Who's going to be able to push for all it's worth to try to gain some spots? '51 looks like he's kind of catching up to the back end of the 25 and company. So it actually looks like Cody Giles and Ryan Crooks, they are now kind of matched up with some people that are one lap down or more. Caleb Perko, he's a little bit further back. So is Hunter Johnson and Brian Pizzikemi. Pizzikemi's back here. You just now see the 51 go ahead and move to the high line. 32 of Jose Ruiz, he's going to go ahead and go up with him. Jose Ruiz right now is sitting P11. So, yeah, very, very shaken field. Looks like Crooks is going to be able to bring that 51 down. Woo, good check. Good idea to check up by that 51 because the 25 was trying to come on down and almost was not completely clear. You see sometimes these drivers will go about a half a lane up in the corners where they really need to try to seal that bottom lane completely, just like Crooks is doing right there. Not washing up whatsoever. 51 all over his backside. Here comes the 50 of John Honeycutt up high. 51 just going to go ahead and stick with the 25. And, man, all kinds of intermingling between lead lap and lap down or more cars. As we look through the running order, back to Bethal. She's 17 plus seconds, sitting at P number 20. First car right now is actually going to be the 24 of PJ O'Leary. And sitting in about, I think I saw about 24th, give or take. Nope, back in 26, so I was kind of close. $16 laps to go. Looks like 25 Ryan Crook's going to go ahead and lead one more. But now Hunter Johnson, he's going to go ahead and jump up to the high side right along with Pizzikemi. And he wants to go ahead and lead a lap. But so far, it looks like it's going to be Caleb Perko. He's going to move on up right in front of the 32 of Jose Ruiz. And see if he can't go ahead. I'm sorry, that's not Jose Ruiz. That's going to be Hunter Johnson. Jose Ruiz a little bit further back into 23. They've kind of confused me. It threw me off a couple of times. But, man, all kinds of side-by-side racing as they're going to come up very, very quickly to a lap-down car coming through the tri-oval. They'll have to navigate them very well. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be the 33, if I'm not mistaken. 33 is going to be Rob Newman, just kind of letting those guys. Nope, it's kind of not going to be Rob Newman. So I take that back. Psych, just kidding. Boy, if that didn't bring back some memories. Psych. Anyhow. Honeycutt trying to come on up and block the advance from the, I believe that might have been his teammate, or maybe his teammate was pushing him a little too hard, got him a little squirrely. Yeah, that is going to be Jordan McGraw back there in that Sega machine. Not quite sure if he was pushing him on the wrong side. And man, that could have been pretty bad. Let's go ahead and jump on board with Ryan Crooks. Take a lap or two around with this driver. See what he's seeing in that EMGG glitch machine. From the high sides, got Jimmy Cocker right in front. Well, let's go on board with his hood cam and ride around a couple laps. Y'all out there, go ahead and turn it up. All right, let's go ahead and reel it back in. How about that? Couple 2-3 laps with Ryan Crooks in that machine, able to work with Cody Giles, get him back up to the lead. And man, what a great ride it's been so far for Ryan Crooks. He's got the 51, the 32 of Hunter Johnson. Brian Pizzicami back there as well. Sinister Will, thank you very much for the follow and welcome aboard, whether you're out there on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or the Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. I definitely appreciate you. He's out there saying, go 18. Let's see if we can go back and find where the 18 at is. Talking about the one and only Philip Bridgman here. Back right now in P number 11. He is about 15 seconds back. We got a caution with 8 laps to go. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. John Honeycutt, Francis Hamilton, looks like they tangoed just a little bit. Let's see if we can find out what all just happened. You see them down there on the apron. Couple cars. Oh, even under caution, looked like Byron Jones and the 40 mixing it up a little bit. Let's see what happened right there. Let's go back first with John Honeycutt and Francis Hamilton. All right, we're going to have to back this up just a little bit because it looks like it's already in play. We'll go ahead and stop it right there. Let's jump on board with John Honeycutt as we already are. Oh, it just looks like the 61 might have got too hard of a push, and that was about all she wrote up to the wall. 50 had no place to go, gets tagged by another Hennessy performance machine. And everybody on the backstretch trying to do what they can to get around. Let's go from Francis Hamilton this time. And we're going to have to back that up also. And then we'll go ahead and roll it. Ow. Hard shot. Looks like the 48's going to try to hold it. But I believe he's the one that gets collected. Yeah. Now let's go back with Micah Allard. And let's rewind that because he was the one that was up front that took the initial hit. The one that was getting a push, it looks like, from the 8. Let's go ahead and play it. Oh, yeah, just gave him a shot on the right rear, and that is something that you just cannot do in these cars. Usually, if you can line up on the right rear, it's good. If you line up on the left rear, not so much. All right, let's go down and find out what happened with Byron Jones as he was trying to check up. Oh, 40 just came down and put him into the wall. That's unfortunate. Wow. Not quite sure what all that was about. But all right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. Sam out there, what's up, my good sir? Yeah, good to see you, buddy. And thank you again for those 10 gifted subs during that truck race. Absolutely appreciate it, sir. I hope you got a message from everybody out there saying big old thank you. Because whether they're out there on YouTube or Facebook, I don't believe they're watching commercial free. However, on Roku TV through the Sim Racing channel and on Twitch, if you got a sub, it's all commercial free. Big thanks one more time. Charizard, what's up, sir? Alpha York dropping 22 bits. I'm going to guess talking about that the Nate Mon double deuce for that sun drop machine. Nate Mon right now rocking P14 a little bit further back. He's got the 30 right in front of him, and right behind is going to be the 64 of Frozen Toes. Eliza Bethal. Yeah, man, I'm excited about some great racing as always. Like I mentioned a little bit ago that next week we're gonna be trading in the High Banks or the High Line Racing from Dega for the High Banks High Line Racing, Kyle Larson Line Racing for Kansas Motor Speedway. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Alpha York dropping another 30 bits for that Shaboom number 30 for Ryan McCall as well. Also another teammate of Eon's Motorsports. So Eon Motorsports driver is actually running nose to tail right in front of that 64 and right behind the 81. So Tyler Doar continues to lead. A couple people have gone ahead and dropped down on pit road. All right, I see you, buddy. Thank you very much. Let's actually see here. Let's see. Looks like Eon Motorsports is going to consist of John Osborne in that 81, Nate Mon in the double deuce, and Ryan McCall. Thank you very much, Mr. York. Definitely appreciate you, sir. And that goes back many, many years, as you know. All right, so 5 laps remaining. Looks like the lights atop the pace car are out. Sidful on top. Hope you're having a good day, Pete. Yeah, I honestly can't complain. The racing here has been great. A lot of side-by-side, sometimes 3, almost 4 wide at many points of the race. Definitely, if you just joined, definitely appreciate it. And man, we are about to see one hell of a finish. This will be an elbows up, balls to the walls, go get it, full send kind of finish that we are used to. Micah says he got destroyed. Yeah, Mike, I saw a little bit of a shot from the 8 to the right rear. Just kind of caught the right side of the bumper and turned you flat, man. You were you had a very, very fast 61 Allard Racing machine. Hate it for you, buddy. All right, done with the backstretch, heading into turn number 3. About to set the field loose. They will have 4 laps remaining when they come to the line. Tyler Dohar leading 32, right behind. I believe that 32. Yeah, Hunter Johnson had to double check, make sure that he wasn't a lap down. He was racing really, really hard before, and we'll have to see. But yeah, pace car is going to pull down right in front of Dohar on the bottom side of that double yellow. Let's get back. Let's get racy. They're going to be coming to the attention of Barney the flagman. In fact, yep, there you see the green flag is already out. We're going to ramp this up. I don't know if it'll be for the last time, but let's get ready to ramp this up. Full send. Let's go. Green flag. Let's go. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Three to go this time by. If we should happen to see another caution, it will be a green-white checker, and we all know cautions breed cautions. Who's going to get aggressive here? Who's going to get over-aggressive? Who's going to do everything that they need to do? Who's going to be calculating here in these last 3 laps? Dohar still leading. Hunter Johnson P2, Jordan McGraw P3, Matt O'Brien and Caleb Pertko. Caleb's been very, very strong in that 51 all night long. He's been able to make some great moves with a little bit of help right now on that bottom line. Not much going on down there. They're going to take it 2 and 3 wide behind him, though. 3 wide for about P number 6. You see James Holtzer. He's been able to work his way back up. He's got the 42 of Brendan Book right up his rear view as the 91 is swagged out Biz Machine. And it looks like Brian Pizzakemi and a few others gone around in the back. There's the 30 Shaboom Machine. Third caution of the night is out, and we will have a green-white checker, ladies and gents. Let's go. You see the pace car, pace car's practically drifting the apron. Man, that was pretty interesting to see. Let's see if we can go back, find out exactly what happened here, and bring it back. Looked like Duncan O'Connor, John Honeycutt, Ryan McCall, Brian Pizzakemi, Eliza Bethal, and Chuck Cody, as well as a few others, Nate Mon as well, all part of this one. Let's go back with Duncan O'Connor. All right, let's go ahead and rewind that because he just missed it. And we will play it from here. 4 wide. Three wide, 4 wide up. 3 car had nowhere to go. Caught the right rear of the 54. And yeah, all hell broke loose. That is going to be the second big one that we've had for the night. 2 was almost able to whoa it up there. You see Cody Giles and the 68 as well. Let's ride along from Eliza's point of view. Oh, she's already in the grass. Let's go ahead and bring it back. All right, from here, from the bottom side, you see the 8 of Tom Flickcroft to her outside as he just passed. and trying to avoid everything. Go low, 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 low. I'm sure that's exactly what Marty Hensley was telling her. Going for a ride through the grass, avoiding most of that. And in fact, with that, she's now back to P18. But I'm going to guess not a whole lot of damage, and except for maybe some linkage issues, but hopefully not. Did a great job avoiding all that. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. Mike is saying she's got right front damage. Yeah, I figured going through the grass she might. Let's actually see if we could take a look at the right front right quick. Yeah, Yotes, 4 wide don't work. I'm not quite sure what happened with you in the 40 car before that, but Eliza letting this thing heal up just a little bit before she comes on back out. Here, blaring that motor, she's ready to roll. All right, ladies and gents, first attempt of a green-white checker here with the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series live from Talladega. Green-white checker. I am so ready to roll. See how this is going to work. Tyler Dohar had clear control of the field so far. Hunter Johnson was up his backside, right up his tailpipe, shoving him. Now it's going to be the 34 of Jordan McGraw. Matt O'Brien, he's going to start P4 on the outside. Holtzer on the bottom side. Brendan Book's going to be up high in P number 6. Caleb Pertko will be on the bottom. Sean Blanchard up high. Jose Ruiz on the bottom. And Charles Kramer to round out your top 10. Lights atop the pace car are still on. I imagine as they come across the start stripe, that'll change. Yeah, 4 wide absolutely does not work. Well, I mean, it can work, but only at certain parts of the track. All right, so who do y'all have? The 77, the 32 maybe. They're going to be side by side depending on who gets the best launch. Dohar, just by him being the control car, he will have the best advantage to getting up and get going. But at the same time, with these restarts, you don't want to jump on the throttle too quick and get a big lead on the cars behind you, because that pack, they are going to come in a hurry and just completely push it to the side. They will go into the middle, they'll go high, and if you try to block cars that are going 20 or 30 mile an hour faster, that's just going to spell doom. I know Dohar's a smart driver. I know he knows what he's doing, but with desperation setting in with 3 laps remaining, who's to say? Both of the front row drivers are playoff drivers. I believe Dohar, though, he really needs this win in order to make sure that he advances to the next round. I'm pretty sure before we go to Kansas, he's on the outside looking in. Needs these points. Yeah, Dohar right now is sitting 5 points below the cut line. James Holtzer's 25 points. He's on top. Tom Harmon just 2 points below Holtzer. Ryan Crooks, he's 8 points below Holtzer. O'Brien, he's 9 points below Holtzer. Hunter Johnson, 11 points. Then Jimmy Cocker, Brian Pizzacchemi, and Nate Mon going all the way back. All right, pace car is coming on off. Let's go back to Barney. Let's go.
Green.
Green flag's back out. Motors on the tear. Let's go racing. Two laps remaining of this green-white checker. Next time they get to the line, it's all or nothing. If the white flag is shown, next flag's the checker. No ifs, ands, or buts. So far, it looks like the 32, he's been able to move ahead of the 77. That's going to put Matt O'Brien. Looks like the 69 of Holtzer and the 91 Swagged Out Biz Machine are up in the wall, and they did not take the white flag. So we're going to have another attempt. This is going to be a big blow to the points for James Holtzer. A big boost for Matt O'Brien. He was all the way in the back for most of the race. Now, as time comes up, he's right where we've seen him many, many times before, right near the front. So let's find out what happened right there. I know we saw the 91 and the 69 get involved. Let's go back with Holtzer. All right, let's rewind that just a little bit. Looks like they were 3 wide a bit right there. All right, let's jump on board with the 91 and play it from there. Let's swing around, pick up the chase cam, and let's go. Just trying to go 3 wide in 2 lanes. That's not gonna work, unfortunately. And looks like Holtzer's gonna have all kinds of front end damage. Very, very unfortunate for that EMGG glitch machine. But man, what a great race he had up until that point. Let's go ahead and bring it back live as he had to tow. Hunter Johnson, it's repeat up in the booth, but I see the lights atop the pace car are on. You got the 20 of Matt O'Brien in your rear view. Bud, can you hold these guys off for a green-white checker?
I don't know. It's going to be pretty close. A little close on fuel as well, so that's also going to be a factor for me. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully get a good start here and keep a lead.
Man, I'll tell you what, that Jordan Brand number 32 is looking pretty good. No issues whatsoever all the way around that Toyota Camry. Man, I wish you luck. If we do go to another green-white checker attempt, are you going to have to pit, and do you think there will be others that will have to go with you?
I may not have to pit, but I'm definitely going to be in fuel-saving mode from here as much as possible.
All right, buddy. Well, lights are on the pace car, but I'll go ahead and I'll get you back with your teammates. You were down there in output, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get you back with your output racing teammates. Man, go get them. Good luck. Definitely need this win. And maybe we'll be talking to you in the top 3.
Hopefully, hope y'all enjoy the fight to the end.
Oh, it's going to be amazing, no doubt. All right, so that was driver 32 in this Jordan Brand Toyota, and definitely wish him a lot of luck. It's kind of a driver that kind of goes under the radar very, very often. You normally don't see this 32 all race long, but as soon as that checkered flag is about to fly, we start to see Jordan trying to grab that slam dunk across the start stripe to grab a W. We'll have to see if he's got the fuel. Always the guy up front ends up spending the most amount of fuel, where like the 20 of Matt O'Brien or Brendan Book or the 51, all these other guys in the back, they're able to save a little bit, even under a green-white checker. That's because even though they're super speedway racing, the biggest misconception, if you don't race either on console or here on iRacing or anywhere else, is that super speedway racing is just balls to the walls, flat out racing, no let up on the throttle whatsoever. That is by far not the case. Most cases, the people behind, they're running like 75% throttle, no more, and sometimes even a little less. Sometimes they even got to check up like we've seen a couple times tonight. So we'll have to see what the 32 is going to be able to do. Looks like he's chosen the high line, if I'm not mistaken. And he's going to allow the 20 of Matt O'Brien down low. So we'll have to see how this little bit of strategy works for him as they come off of turn 2 and head down the backstretch. A lot of time to think about, hitting your gears properly. Whether you're using a paddle, whether you're using your shifter, make sure that you don't go from first, third, fifth. You want to make sure you got to go all the way through the gears. Don't mess up when when you got that adrenaline pumping during one of these green white checker restarts. All right, I asked before out there in chat, who do y'all have? Is it going to be Matt O'Brien, our regular season champion? Is it going to be Hunter Johnson, Brendan Book, Brody Falliker, or is it going to be someone just a little bit further in the back? Who's it going to be? Right now, your guess is as good as mine. That's something that's great about Daytona, Talladega, and even nowadays, kind of even a little bit of Atlanta with the reconfiguration. And we never know who the winner is going to be until that person comes across that start stripe. All right, Barney should have him in sight. Let's go on over to it right now. There they come through the trioval, getting ready to enter right there, right in the apex of the trioval now. Green flag's back out. Let's go green flag racing one more time. Looks like the one for Brody Falliker. He's going to go ahead and drop down, pick up the 32. He's got the 20. Matt O'Brien really shoving them for all they're worth. Are they actually going to try to push that 32 up and out of the groove to get after it? The one's going to pull high. Are they going to have wreck right behind him? So far, blocking all over the place. Bottom line now very, very secure. 32 able to hold on to it. One right behind. 77 to Tyler Doar. Coming on down, grabbing just a little bit of side draft if he can. 32 holding it. 2 laps remaining. Next time they come to the start stripe, it will be official. Checkers or wreckers here. Ladies and gents, from Talladega, we are green flag racing. Last lap. Let's go. 77 getting a big old push from the 23 of Jose Ruiz. The one giving a 32 a push. They're going to wreck on the bottom. It's going to put the 20 up in the wall. Many others. There's the 25 of Ryan Crooks. But they took the white flag. Tyler Doar, Charles Kramer behind in the 82. Tennessee Balls Machine. James Holtzer, where did he come from after getting nose to the wall? Byron Jones getting spun with the 8 down low. Tyler Doar coming off of turn number 4, getting into the trioval. No challenge whatsoever from the 77. Charles Kramer's going to be P3, and James Holtzer's going to come back for a great points, save and get it done in P number 3. Wow. Holy cow. I did not see that. I did not see that coming. Not one bit. Dohar winning. Charles Kramer P2. Jimmy Holtzer, P3, Mike DeWalt, Brandon Book, John Osborne, Elizabeth all able to come back for a top 10. Chuck Cody, 8th, Matt Burgess, 9th, and Byron Jones able to come back across the line, P10, after getting spun. Dohar, we've seen you in victory lane quite a bit over the last couple weeks. You've earned this, buddy. Burn them down. I'm wondering if maybe that 77's got a little bit of damage. Keeps pointing it the wrong direction. Hey. With the new damage, the model, the linkage on these things is very, very sensitive. Dohar going to go ahead and take his Alan Kowicki stamped Polish victory lap all the way around this Elite Performance Machines filter time number 77. What a job, Dohar. What a great job. Tyler Dohar, the owner, operator, and lead admin for the Filter Time eSpark Xfinity Series. Last season, they were hydrated by B-Water. You can imagine right now, Dohar absolutely needs some hydration and will be, man, no doubt he'll be thirsty after all that movement trying to work their way through. All right, guys and gals, we're going to get our top 3 up to the booth right quick. Yeah, we will be right back. I absolutely promise you. Man, what a finish. All right, ladies and gents, we are back with our top 3 live in the booth. Going to start off with the driver of that 69 EMGG Glitch Camaro, Mr. James Holtzer. Bud, you came into this one 25 points to the good, leading the points. Great P3 finish after, man, if you go back and you watch the stream, I had all but counted you out. And as soon as you came in the booth, I said, man, how did you get there? And you told me that you still had that fast repair in your pocket. Hell of a finish at that. It seemed like at times you had several different dance partners around this 2.66 mile super speedway. Walk us through your race, Holtzer, and how you were able to salvage what you could.
Yeah, it definitely was hard fought, and I never usually luck into anything at super speedways, but that last wreck there on the white flag was definitely luck. But going back to the beginning, just wanted to qualify decently well and run up front because I knew Tyler and Tom and all those guys would qualify really well, and we do a lot of pickup cup and stuff like that together, so I knew we understood how the cars worked and we could really control a lot of the race, which we did. I think Tyler led like over 30 laps, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Super speedway in these cars, it's really hard to keep that track position, so kudos to him on a really good hard-earned win. Just kind of just tried to stay in the lead pack there, and then when we got to that green flag pit stop, I thought I was plenty fine on the speed, and then just tried to whoa up, and it just wasn't braking. I wasn't getting wheel lock or anything like that. It just wouldn't brake and wouldn't turn left, so was really fighting hard to get it to stop and get in there, even if I could stop and just let a couple guys go and get in, but I couldn't get it woed up, so I had to bail last second, so I didn't get the going through the pit road and clipping the cone, and unfortunately lost the pack, but got the caution that we needed, and Brendan and I worked really hard to get back up to the front there. We got to, I believe, third and fourth or so, and then I don't know if it was net code or side draft or what went wrong there, but we got hooked up into the wall and broke everything on the car. I couldn't even drive it straight. I wrecked it coming back to pit road because it literally would not drive straight. But like you said, thankfully had the fast repair in the books, and I really don't know. I mean, just kind of got lucky, and I didn't even really choose the right lane because I went to the second lane and they started wrecking, but thankfully I didn't have anybody below me and I was able to get down there. Just unfortunately Tyler was too far ahead and couldn't get to Charles quick enough to, get some momentum rolling to get back up there. But if we had one more lap, it would have been a really good battle there for the end. But good job to Charles for getting through that. And like I said, with these super speedways, it's kind of luck of the draw at the end whenever it comes down to those green white checkers. So I was in the right spot at the right time for once, and hopefully got enough points here to make Kansas a lot easier on us. But we ran really well at Kansas earlier in the year, and just looking forward to see how that goes.
Yeah, Kansas is going to be a very, very interesting track. I mentioned it a couple times during the broadcast tonight, trading in the high line of Dega for the high line of Kansas. But in the next gen, you can make those slide jobs work just like in the trucks. Xfinity, not so much. I think they're a little bit too loose. I could be wrong. Don't really turn a whole lot of laps anymore. But, man, great job overall, Holtzer. Like I said, I all but counted you out when you lost the draft trying to go down pit road. The brakes on these next gen cars, it seems like they've gone from barely stopping when these cars were first introduced to iRacing. Now, depends on how much brake bias you have, but also if you dial up too much, the rear end's going to come around on you. If you dial up too little, you're not going to stop. You got to find that sweet spot, and that's all during practice and the warm up. Great job by you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Just want to take a second to thank you as always in the booth, and thank you to Roku TV for putting this show on. Hopefully everybody that watched this really enjoyed it. I thought we really diced it up well and made some very well educated and aggressive moves all at the same time. So all in all, it was a very good race. It was pretty hard to top Daytona with only having like 2 cautions, I think, but I think an excitement factor, I think this definitely topped it off. But yeah, thanks to everybody that worked together that was in our chat. Unfortunately, I was trying to get Tom or Book the win, but cards just didn't fall out right, but they still finished both pretty decently well, I think. So yeah, we'll see you next week.
There you go. Thank you very much again. All right, working on up to Charles Kramer in that Ford Mustang GT number 82, but up 14 spots. I believe this is your first time sitting here in the runner-up position. Walk us through your race and all the chaos that you saw behind you in that, or actually part of that, if I'm not mistaken, was even in front of you as we came across, took the white flag, and yeah, what? I can't even. It's so much that happened so fast. Could you have caught Dohar if you had a little bit of draft?
If I should have lifted a little bit and let Holtzer give me the push there at the end. But I had a good run. If I had 100 feet till the line more, I would probably got him. I just was surviving, trying to stay up front as long as I could. Lost a draft halfway through the race and was just riding around in a pack. Same thing that happened to me at Daytona. I just messed up on pit road. There was never a caution at Daytona, but we got it this time. And I dodged all those wrecks there at the end, just kept my foot in it. Honestly, just not lifting at all. I was just going for it.
Well, I mean, it's Talladega. You've got to go for it. I mentioned during the first green-white checker attempt that, all bets are off. And I saw a whole lot of aggressive driving. I mean, I think the 32 was actually pushed up so hard off the bottom line going into the trial. I mean, that's just how much pushing. Usually the rule is don't push the pusher. When it's green-white checker and it's the second race of the second round of the playoffs here in Shake and Bake, man, you got to do everything that you could possibly do to grab that W. You came just one spot short, but man, great job on this the second step on the podium. Any quick, friends, family, sponsors you want to shout out?
I just wanted to say I'm running the Tennessee colors because I lost a bet to Chuck Cody in the Tennessee game. So
I was wondering.
I almost put his team on the P1, so maybe it's lucky.
Hey, they always say there's something special about a volunteer. Maybe that was just what it was supposed to be, right? There you go. All right, so moving on up, Tyler, buddy, old pal.
Hey, Pete.
You're back.
Hey,
anyhow,
buddy.
Yeah, man, oh man, between Turn Down for What and here in Shake and Bake, it seems like you've been making a lot of booth appearances lately. It seems like you've got this dialed in, whether it's a super speedway, which you've always been great at, cookie cutter, road course, short track, dirt track, whatever it is. We're talking about either an MGD car, a filter time car. Tonight it's the I believe it's performance setup. EPI. There we go. Yep. So you've been just lighting it up here lately. What's been the change in you? Is it just a change of equipment, change of driving style? You find something new here on the sim that's just lit you up lately?
Well, for starters, I really got to thank Element Zero, Tristan Health. He sold me his old Fanatec CSL DD about a month and a half ago. It's been a life changer. I mean, I've been on Fanatec equipment since I've been on iRacing, but man, the direct drive is just night and day, especially in these next gen cars. It's just so difficult to feel any semblance of what the car is doing, and let alone with the rear end that's independent suspension, and it just feels so free even on these plate tracks. It's so difficult. So if you're on the fence, if you feel like you're struggling, especially in next gen cars, pony up, get a direct drive from Fanatec or whomever. But it's made a night and day difference. But Pete, like I told you when we finally got over the hump at Iowa, like, I rarely talk to you in any booth appearances.
Yeah.
My Shake and Bake season has been abysmal. I had one top 5, I think, to my name, and I was just lucky to even make the playoffs at the way I was. I truly was. Like, we were on the cut line. And we just have struggled to find consistency. We've had some good pace. Like at WWT, we were really fast. Kansas, we were really fast. We just got involved in late accidents, not of our doing, just being around the wrong crowd when stuff would go down. But I don't know why. I felt like Dale Jr. I felt like I had the fastest car today. Mm-hmm. I felt like when I was leading, I could control lines a little bit better than others. I could push guys so easily. Like if James was in front of me, I could push him out front. If Tom Flitcroft got in front of me, I could push him. I could work with just about anybody, and a lot of guys were working with me, and I know that, we're coming to a cut race here. I just wanted to gain points because I was below the cut line, and go for points, go for laps led, try to get the most laps led, get bonus points. I really wasn't banking on a victory. And we got hosed on that first green-white checkered. I was trying to coordinate with Jordan, and he didn't go when I told him I was going. And so I got basically swallowed up by 4 or 5 cars. But then when I saw that, we were getting to restart on the outside lane, I thought, surely this is meant to be. Like, this is going to happen, because you want to be on the outside. Hunter took the outside lane, and we just launched. Jose never left my back bumper. we went down into turn 1. I got such a great push in the tri-oval. It was perfect. I got to his side. I almost hit him, but I wanted to slam the air on his right rear because you really have to side draft hard in these, and I wanted him to stop because the one was pushing him too hard. So I wanted the one to either back off or run him over practically. And when that happened, man, I mean, gosh, I would have thought, the whole track had imploded. I looked behind me, I didn't see anybody, and Charles was barely in my draft wake, and I was trying to shake around in the backstretch without scrubbing speed for myself. I think if he backed up to Holtzer, they would have had a shot, but he would have had to back up about 3 or 4 tenths, which could have been too much.
Yeah.
Because you need forward momentum in these cars. Having rear momentum helps, but in his position, he needs forward momentum, and he just didn't have that. He almost got us at the line. I'm lucky that the start-finish line isn't about another 50 yards down, because we might not be talking to you as happy right now. But I'm just blessed, Pete. I truly, my confidence is at an all-time high on the sim. Just being able to race these guys week in and week out, prove we belong, race really hard, turn down for what has been nice to help me tune up and hone some things that I was struggling with here. And it's just been a blessing, but I really got to thank, Michael Conti and the Elite Performance Industries guys, Jaden Gimbel for this awesome paint job that we debuted for tonight. We might have to keep this one now. This one's pretty special, but Blake Cook and all the Filter Time guys for supporting me, even when the Pro League isn't really a thing anymore. Blake's been phenomenal. Tyler Payne and the Elite Performance guys, I mean, they've taught me so much, Pete. You think you can't really learn stuff at a plate track. Mm-hmm. I'm always learning. I raced those Friday night Money League races with Honeycutt, learned some moves that you kind of save in the bank for later. It's all the stars aligned, man. I'm so happy. I'm just thankful, honestly, and shout out to these guys up in the booth, Charles Kramer, James Holtzer. I mean, James and I had our differences, but we worked really well together on the track. I almost thought my race was over when we were coming into pit road for that green flag stop, because I see this EMGG missile, Reaper missile coming in and like hot, and I can't go any far right because I had my brakes locked, and I'm like, oh God. But I saw him go to my right, and then I didn't see him again, so I figured I was okay because there was just grass next to me. But man, I'm just blessed. Thank you, Eliza, and everybody who puts this on. Let me be a part of it.
Well, man, that Filter Time number 78 is going to be breathing a little bit happier, Door, because your abysmal season is now on the verge of being turned around, and I have no doubt about that. With this win, you're automatically on to the round of 8. So, buddy, I wish you a lot of luck. If this string continues, you're going to be one handful to deal with as the playoffs go on. Congratulations on this W, and looking forward to the next one. See what you're capable of, sir.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you for putting this on, man. You're a one-man crew, and you're doing an awesome job, man. We really appreciate you giving us a TV screen and a voice, man, to be able to put this on for people, especially on the Sim Racing channel on Roku. I mean, that means a ton for the personal sacrifice you make, the hours that you dedicate to your craft. I remember when you just started calling NNR races, and to see it now, man, it's so awesome to see the growth of everybody. This group is a tight-knit family, comes most of us from Xbox in different ways, so it's really awesome to be a part of.
It's funny you say that. I actually went back and I was listening to, I partially watched the very first broadcast that I ever did alongside the one and only HD Motorsports, Nick Vroman, or Vroom Vroom Vroman, out there on Twitch now. And I was kind of in the back, kind of low, and not, man, way different nowadays. But it's a love it or leave it kind of thing, and man, I absolutely love doing it every single week, no matter where it is, whether it's here, turned out for what, the East Park days, and everywhere else that I've been. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But again, big congrats to Dohar, Kramer, and James Holtzer one more time. Ladies and gents, that is going to be it. And whether you were out there on Roku TV, through the Sim Racing channel, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, I definitely appreciate every single bit. The bits, the follows, the subs, every bit of it. Thank you again. We'll see you very soon. Don't go anywhere. A lot of big news coming out of the Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. We're talking about road course races with the LMPs, the Ferraris, and all kinds of stuff coming up. Stay tuned to them on Twitter, and we will see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for stopping out, guys. Later.